allow the children. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind. And in the touchlight every corner. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego die the political. My ego don't come. This one not the off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Máyégún máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. As usual, thank you so much for joining me tonight. Please share the broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun today. Ani esuraki. Mayegun today. Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Take your time, all right? And then like the broadcast before we get started soon. Legalize. guns for Nigerians who are interested. Allow Nigerians to carry guns to defend themselves. This seems not to be just talk anymore. Somebody is actually making a move, and that seems something interesting. I want to share that with us tonight. Thank you. From Ekiti, the news is not good yet. The families of those children kidnapped came out this morning that they have been able to raise 450,000 naira out of 100 million naira ransom. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Tonight, I want to start slow so that I can increase the tempo in this tempo tonight. So please share the broadcasts. Invite your friends and not so friendly friends. They might actually be saved tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, there is this Senator Ned Nwoko from Delta State, who after experiencing the near-death experience in the hands of the armed terrorists, talking about the increasing kidnappings and killings in Nigeria, especially in the last 8 months, something that is now beginning to give the people the kind of vibe that it wasn't this worse under Bokohari. Can you even imagine that? So Ned believes that a lot of Nigerians have the sort of sentiment now that it won't be a bad idea if the Nigerian security system are not as compromised as they said we are alleging, okay? Then we can use the word overwhelmed. So if the terrorists that have now taken over Nigeria and they are holding Nigeria and Nigerians to ransom like hostage, if the security system is overwhelmed, there are people who are willing to defend themselves and their loved ones. But there are some sort of concerns. Nigeria is already saturated with illegal guns, illegal weapons in their millions, in wrong hands, according to government. It's unfortunate that more than half of these illegal guns were procured by the same criminals holding political offices in Nigeria or attempting to hold political offices in Nigeria, harming young people, unemployed, unemployable, young people. However, they now seems to be so worried that people that can own their guns legally, I mean, where if you want to have something called the gun control, because in Nigeria, the guns are in the wrong hands, including the uniformed ones. That somebody is wearing uniform and is carrying a gun doesn't mean that he can't kill you or kidnap you for ransom. So guns in wrong hands. Maybe the proposal of this senator, if everyone looks into it, I have. And it is more or less like a doing background check, licensing guns, and what type of guns. You need assault rifles, automatic assault rifles that can confront the terrorists who are carrying similar. But there are already brewing propaganda against this. And guess where that is coming from? It is coming from APC, Egbekegbese, social media bandits, Facebook adsmen. This conspiracy are already cooking. In case if you have heard about some, or if you have not heard them at all, now I will tell you. Against this nerd, Nwoko, senator proposing that let everyone who can afford it, all right, or group of people or communities that can afford it, let them pull resources together, procure guns from the right sources, license those guns, right, to the owners, which is like background check that doesn't exist pretty much in Nigeria now. Don't forget this. So there is gun law in Nigeria that allows you to own gun. But there is a type of gun you are allowed to own, and the type of people they are allowed to own those guns with licenses. Now, you see with this new bill that this guy is proposing, is going to give Nigerians who, after doing the background check or whatever, anything they want to do, even if corruption is going to be whatever it is, right? They cancel background check, but your guns are still licensed. That's a bit of a gun control, right? If you can't license individuals, then license groups who can actually procure guns, and they are responsible for every piece of it. If anyone is stolen or lost, they must be reported immediately. That's how you control it. Or else, you are just telling people to go and pray. Kinetic and non-kinetic nonsense that they are saying. So what they are now trying to cook up is that APC, Egbekegbese, political jobbers, suffering and smiling sufferheads, the Ronukus, or the Ronu Nazis, or the Ponus, they are beginning to raise propaganda that the reason why this man wants people to procure gun is not because to defend themselves. It is because he might actually be a gun runner. I don't know if you have seen it yet. Others are already saying, oh, he's working for IPOB. So he's trying to make sure that IPOB is able to get more guns. Remember, they will leave facts and create a fiction and feed fat on it and run with it until they begin to believe it. At the end of the day, they end up in the hands of the terrorists that they are, indirectly protecting. One of them even said, when they said that, why are you, now I'm going to, in case if you have also seen this too, on these streets of social media, I have seen the APC, Egbekegbe, the Ronukus, the Lagos Abobakus. They have been trying to create a different narrative after the killings of two Obas in Yoruba land. I am not in support of those of you who are trying to kind of feel cool by calling it a karma just because the killed king, the murdered kings, voted or supported the APC and then asked people to vote for APC, right? I am not like I'm not in support of some of you who are like that. In fact, anyone who feels like that, and you really mean it, I think you should begin to kind of have some detoxification of mind. I know that everywhere is so divided right now. Everyone is trying to either do something or say something to hurt one another. But at the end of the day, we are all still going to be victims of this madness. So there's no joy in celebrating. Oh yeah, who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? But you know something? I would have expected a sort of rage reactions, especially for these people that claimed that the reason why they have become tribal bigots, ethnic jingoists, religious fanatics, is because they are trying to protect and preserve the Yoruba land. Now, here is the Yoruba land under an attack that does not get them enraged. 2 kings were killed in Yoruba land.
There is no rage from these people. In fact, they are doing everything to create a different narratives. And I'll tell you some of them I have heard. One of them said, how are we sure that those who killed those Obas are Fulanis? Is it because everybody is saying Fulanis? And it's all these IPOB, all these Igbos that are saying Fulani, Fulani. And I know that the reason why insecurity increased in Yoruba land, one of these mad people, this madman sat down and he was trying to create a narrative. 2 Obas were killed. The eyewitnesses and those who survived gave the evidences. Children were kidnapped. Those who are demanding for 100 million naira ransom, they are Fulanis. But you see this APC, they feel like, they said, those who are celebrating or those who are talking more about it, they are Igbos or obedient because Obi lost. Now, these IPOB people have they have started attacking Yoruba land. And guess what? Some Olori Brukus too were there. And they were saying, hey, it's true. It's true. Even myself, even me too. That's how they create a sort of a different narrative. They will run with it. And then you begin to wonder, where is their hatred coming from? Why do you have to hate the Igbos? Why are you not enraged at the Fulanis? And you know what one of them said? In all of these Olori Brukus that are planting this in the minds of the gullible Yorubas too. They said they are doing all of this to make Thiefnubu's government look bad, the Igbos. That is why they are doing all of this. But even if they kill all Yorubas, any surviving Yorubas, they will still be friends with the Fulanis. And I am like, does that even make any sense? He said, the Igbos are more dangerous to us than the Fulanis. Under the post where people were so angry that 2 Obas were killed in Yoruba land, somebody went under there, and he tried to create a narrative to blame it on the Igbos, and others were responding under, saying, it's true, God will never, Obi will never be president, God will do this, all that stuff. They are already doing that for this Nwoko, by the way. They said that Nwoko is asking people to protect themselves and trying to make a bill submitting a bill about it, because Nwoko may be gun runner, supplying guns to terrorists. It must be investigated. This is coming from the people who are in government too. The people that Nigeria is going to places on their head too. But they are busy creating narratives that will kind of put doubts in your minds, and at the end of the day, until you are gone and you become a victim. And these rogues, you won't see them. At the end of the day, they will tell you, let us just pray. Let's pray. So on the 4th of January this year, Ned kind of submitted a bill, and he spoke about that. This is a flashback to last month in January.
Well, we are in crisis in Nigeria. Admittedly, nobody will tell you otherwise. There are many insecurity issues in Nigeria, and it is obvious that the police are not able to protect lives and properties as enshrined in the Constitution. The military are trying, but they're not particularly equipped as well to deal with the various, areas of crisis from the east to the west to the north. And look, we have experimented with the military and with the police the past 24 years almost, and we have not gotten anywhere in addressing security issues. Other religious groups or bandits or kidnappers in the north of Nigeria, but I'm talking about armed robbers. Armed robbers that are now beginning to terrorize Abuja residents. Armed robbers that are beginning to terrorize Deltans and just across the nation. So you tell me how many Nigerians will have the privilege of having police support at home. First of all, we have no national known emergency numbers where people can easily call in the event of an attack. There are just too many crises in Nigeria, and that the only way we can possibly begin to reassure the citizens that the government mean well is to enable them to defend themselves. Citizens should be able to defend themselves. At the moment, kidnappers, armed robbers can stop on any highway with just one gun or two guns, and tell everybody, 30 people, 100 people, come down and follow me, just because they have a gun. They can treat them anyhow, they can kill them. But I think that all we just need to do that enables every citizen who goes through some stages of clearance to be able to carry arms. It is done in America, it's done in some other countries. I'm not advocating that everybody and anybody should carry arms, no, but those who are capable, those who are able should be able to carry arms. And look, for you to pass the test, there's a test for you to go through, about 4 of them. One, you must be able to show that you are a member of a shooting club. There are few shooting clubs in Nigeria, but with this law, there'll be many more shooting clubs all over. In the university I've just built here, my sports university, shooting is one of the sports as a game. And so we'll be teaching people how to shoot. It's a shooting range. So I expect to have shooting ranges all over the country. Again, of course, this will create jobs. But it will mean that anybody who wants to get a license to have a gun should get a certificate from a shooting range school, number one. Number two, the king of your town should be able to confirm who you are. Should be able to back you up, to write a testimonial, as it were, that they know you, they know your character, they know your family. 3, the DPO should be able to do a check on the person applying and to be able to confirm their suitability. And more importantly, we should also get from the local government chairman, who should confirm who the person is, again, like a double check. And lastly, there should be a medical report from doctors. So every person who is applying should get 2 medical reports from doctors who have known them for long, who is the family doctors, that they are fit and proper to be licensed to carry guns. And so we need this to be done, to be able to enable individuals to defend themselves. The military and the police are not able to defend ordinary Nigerians. How many people, as I said before, have the privilege of having police or soldiers around them? Ordinarily, this shouldn't be the case. Why should anybody who is a senator or a governor or House of Assembly member, be have police and military people around them? It shouldn't be. We are in a crisis situation in Nigeria, and this situation requires some drastic measures. And so I just feel that the best way is to make sure that people are given the opportunity to protect themselves and their families. Just imagine armed robbers knocking on somebody's door and you are helpless, you have no arms, you have no defense. armed robbers will knock on your door and tell you to open the door, and you'll be compelled to open the door, and before your family, they could kill you, they could rape your family, your wife, your daughters. All that has to stop. If you have a gun, and they ask you to open your door, but you refuse, or you shoot into the air, just shoot into the air to scare them away. They will run. They are human beings. They are not spirits. They will be
Senator
killed as well.
Nwoko,
They
please
know
allow
that
me
if
to
they
interrupt
insist
you.
in forcing their ways into your house, they could.
It may not be like, someone with oratory prowess, people who can speak eloquently about, but the idea is great. But do you know why they will never let that happen? I'll tell you. And the reason why the politicians in America, the only country in the world that gun is as powerful as their constitution, is America. America is the only country in the world that has a ready-made army who are not actually enlisted in the military. An average American is trained on how to handle firearm. That's what it's called. So, and you have been reading the reports of all the gun violence and all of that in America and all that, right? In Nigeria and several other places where they have disarmed their citizens, okay? If they allow all of us to get those licenses, we are all going to be ready-made army. And you see that revolution that they are talking about, peaceful revolution, peaceful, it will actually be a real revolution. And don't think, oh, Mayegun, you are just giving that. No, they know. I am only telling you why. A lot of them, despite the desperation that Nigeria is at right now, they will vote it down. A lot of you will think, right, okay, primarily, right, it is to defend yourself and defend your community. Ask yourself, who are the number one threats that could come into your home, right, and harm you? In Nigeria of today, who are the number one suspects? Right, this is how you do it. If you, they will say it depends on your location, Abi. In some areas, they will say armed robbers. Those are the highest that could come into my home and harm me because they have guns, right? Armed robbers who just want to steal from you. But other places is Fulani terrorists. They are the only danger you want to defend yourselves from after armed robbers. Abi? Meanwhile, armed robbers don't come into your home, all right? And then after killing those, they will kill and then kidnap the rest of you and start demanding for ransom. So, primarily, you will think, when this guy says they are shutting it down, the first thing that will go straight into your mind is going to be, Fulanis will never allow it. Northern Nigeria will never allow it. And all of that. But that is just the smoke screen. It's pretty much like what they will want you to believe. The reason why they won't let us have guns, all right? As much as the desperate time requires desperate measures like this, all right? For other future, like, protection from any harm, including harm from the states. So that simply means that we will become a ready-made army that are not just going to be carrying placards. Since our guns are licensed, I could carry it in public. I could put it in front of my car and drive about with it. I could put it in the trunk of my car, in the boot of my car. Automatic assault rifle. Since it is licensed and I am trained to use it, in Nigeria, what that simply means is that I am a walking soldier. And with what Nigeria has become today, I can guarantee you, including those of you who don't like guns, you will buy one and license it, because it is not because you need it. I mean, you need it, or you want it. That's what they say. It is not because you want gun. No, gun. It is because you will need it where Nigeria is going. All right? When you finish with the Fulani terrorists and they run away, and the armed robbers are now careful coming to your home, you see all those SARS, EFCC, jumping fence, all of that will automatically stop as well. Because anybody that jump your fence in the middle of the night, you have the right to shoot them. They are attackers. Understand? So all of this will give power back to you. And you see all those policemen that are stopping you on the motorway, threatening you with their guns. The moment they know that you are also like a carrier, you are carrying gun, they will be careful with you. They won't want your problem. You know, all they want is money. Anyway, here you get. All of this will give power back to you, but they will kind of blind you with armed robbers go plenty everywhere. Something go plenty everywhere. In Nigeria, that people are always crazy and mad, shouting, your father, inside traffic, fighting, even without fighting. And then you can see two men fighting them, bloody, dirty, everything. And the two of them, they will shake their hands, enter their cars, and drive away. They say if everybody begin to carry now, all those things are just innuendos to further make you to continue to sit duck until you are killed. When they say there is gun license, you know it is not for everybody. There are those who are going to buy their own gun that is going to worth over 20 million, 30 million, $20,000, $40,000. Some real automatic machine guns. There are people that will buy that. There are those whose money will carry AK-47. Others now Glock 99 are being Glock 19. You know those ones that are like, everybody will do according to, some of us, na Shakabula, we go village. Ask them, AK-47, they are making it in Nigeria. You go to buy Nigeria version, you go to buy Russian Kalashnikov or American AK-47 or this or that. You have all of your options with your money. Even upon that, it is not going to be for everybody. But it will be an opportunity, number one, for a security outfit like Amotekun to now boldly approach, approach international or local markets and get themselves. Others said, if they license it, the terrorists will now have chance and buy even more bigger guns. Baba, it is not the bigger the gun that really matter. Have you ever been told? It is not the bigger your gun that matters. It is how you actually uses your gun. Exactly. You can carry all of that nonsense and all of that, and you may not even shoot it once before you are down. Here you get. Terrorists can go and do whatever, but like he said, there will be places where they will have shooting range. You will pay to learn how to handle gun and use it. Women who are victims of rape, they will carry their own small gun. When anybody try to rape you, shoot them down there. Bah, bah. Here you get, just make sure say you demobilize the person. If you die, it's for self-defense. You are a licensed carrier. Do you understand? Now, the fear they will put in your mind is that, only bow. Hey, and I know drama will be everywhere if this happens, okay? And that's when you'll be seeing Nigerians in their usual way. They feel just carry their gun when they are doing the other. Everywhere. All of those, this such law will deal with such. Do you understand? That is why when you are trained, you are licensed to say you have mental health that can hold a gun. Or number two, you have been trained on how to handle a firearm. Okay. So if you violate any of that, own law share warning, but that would be in a system that works. There are so many red flags, though, but at least it is now beyond just talking. Somebody is trying to make law out of it. And just, I think it was yesterday, it was back again on the Rice News, and he had this to say.
You seem to have given up on Nigeria. You cannot give Nigerians an opportunity. I mean, you just condemn everybody. You think everybody is corrupt. You think the kings are corrupt. You think the DPOs are corrupt. You think the doctors are corrupt. You think the local government chairmen are corrupt. You think anybody will just go there and pay the money and get those certifications. No. We must start to lay a foundation for growth in this country. You know, so if you want to get a license, let me ask you this. Would you want to own a gun yourself? Would you want to be able to defend yourself if you're attacked by armed robbers or by kidnappers in your own home? Would you want to be able to defend your children and your wife if you are attacked? I mean, you're telling me no, you don't want to handle a gun. If you don't want to handle a gun, that's your problem. Then don't handle a gun. But there are many people out there who want to be given the opportunity to defend themselves. So I speak on behalf of those ones, not for people like you who might not want to have a gun, who are vulnerable, but you want to remain vulnerable. But you know that the police and the military cannot defend you. So look, as I said before, out there, there are already a proliferation of arms in the hands of kidnappers and armed robbers and bandits. So you just want them to continue? But you know also that the other alternative is to keep funding the military, keep funding the police, but we're not getting anywhere. Because before you and me, over the years, you know that in this country, that system has failed. The system has almost collapsed. Look, about 3 months ago, my SLA in National Assembly was kidnapped. 3 months ago. Up till now, he has not been found. Even though we made a report to the police and to the DSS. And there was just one demand for 10 million ransom made to the wife. I gave the police the phone number. Obviously, the police ought to have been able to track the telephone, whether the phone is switched off or not switched off. But this is a system failure. And up till now, nothing has been done.
Senator.
I keep making phone calls to the police. I keep making phone calls to the DSS. Nothing has been done. At this level, nothing has been done. When I moved my motion, I also spoke about having CCTV across the country, but Senator. Particularly in Abuja. So
He's a victim. And you can tell when somebody is a victim of systemic failure, even if he's part of that system, you can tell. Somebody said that if the citizens revolt, and every time they hear the news of any kidnapping, they will pick up any politician, whether local government chairman or whether senator, whether House of Rep or lawmaker, anywhere or what have you. You carry them, you dump them in over the bridge and you dump them in the water. You understand? And everywhere you see them, that becomes like a sort of a revolution that they said you will be shocked at the level at which they will coordinate the fight against the terror and they will call back all of their terrorists and do whatever they want to do with them. Somebody said that. I was like, there are so many extreme things that people could say. I mean, we say in these desperate times. But he's right. If you can't handle gun, don't handle gun. What happened when I am arrested and paraded as a terrorist simply because I have a gun that manages to fight and then, fight off the terrorists in my community? The terrorists are back to where they came from. And in my community, I am being paraded as a terrorist, as the troublemaker. So when you have the laws that says you can defend yourself, if you use your gun to shoot anybody and die, you will go down for murder. It's as simple as that. Homicide. Because today, a lot of people have these guns and they are using them to terrorize us. Okay? So if they allow us to carry that, we will likely be able to handle these people, or these terrorists, or these criminals, whether now one chance or what do you call it? Because crime really doesn't know tribe. No one is exempted. Any tribe that is participating in any violent crime, let them meet their Waterloo. From the citizens they are killing. That would be a common sense thing, right? Well, it's always not common in Nigeria. The speaker himself, the speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas, Mr. Taju Abbas, had this to say. And I think it's pretty much telling Kolu, your strategy is not working. It's not. Something must be done. And other jaja, blah, 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 that he said. But I just wanted to listen to some of it.
Rest, rejuvenation. Now we are gathered again with renewed vigor and commitment to serve our beloved country, Nigeria, and our constituents. This new year, 2024, holds great significance in our democratic journey as a nation. It marks 25 years of unbroken democratic governance since 1999. This milestone represents the longest period of uninterrupted democratic governance in our nation's history. In these past 2.5 decades, the legislature has developed remarkably, asserting its independence and progressively holding the executive to account. The National Assembly has also enacted high-impact laws for the order and good governance of Nigeria, represented the interests of our constituencies by ensuring that their voices are heard in this hallowed chamber, and brought their travels and difficulties to the attention of the government. Dear honorable colleagues, I once again appreciate and commend each and every one of you for the remarkable work we accomplished in the first 6 months of this House. This was only possible through our collective commitment, dedication, unity of purpose, and patriotic zeal. I'm delighted by the positive feedback from our constituents and Nigerians. However, as we commend ourselves for the progress made so far, it is imperative that we do not become complacent or lower our standards. Instead, we must raise the bar even higher in the coming weeks and months. Honorable colleagues, I address you today not just as the Speaker of the House of Representatives, but as a concerned citizen, deeply troubled by the widespread insecurity that grieves our dear country. Indeed, Nigeria stands at a crucial juncture, facing formidable challenges that test our resolve, unity, and spirit. The threats of insurgency are severely testing the peace and stability of our dear country. The rise in kidnapping for ransom and the unsettling unrest and crises across all the 6 geopolitical grip of insecurity, a malaise that spreads its tentacles far and wide, sparing no one in its wake. Despite numerous security measures, this menace continues to thrive, mocking our efforts and challenging our resolve to build a cohesive, peaceful, and prosperous Nigeria. It is a stark reminder that the conventional approaches to security we have exposed for so long are no longer sufficient. The time has come to think out of the box and adopt new and contemporary strategies that better respond to the complexities of our current challenges. To our patriotic and brave security forces, while commending your heroism and sacrifice, the time has come for you to review your approaches and strategies, innovate and adapt. The enemy evolves, and so must we. I challenge you to rise to this occasion to demonstrate the indomitable spirit for which you are known, and to do more in safeguarding the lives and properties of our people. In these trying times, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has exhibited exemplary leadership and a proactive approach. His recent interventions and directives for more action by security agencies are timely and reflective of his deep-seated resolve to restore peace and order. Indeed, the time has come for the president to...
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
That is the man the entire Nigeria owes an apology. Okay? But we will come back to that. Now, talking about the soldiers to rise to the occasion. There is a soldier here rising to the occasion. Listen to his life story.
Hello. Nigeria may give me pass as I do 1 year for my duty today. Now they give me pass, make I go and go see my family. My way to as I come up for bush now I reach park. They tell me say from here to my town 35,000. Now I come calculate 35,000 going and come back, that is 70,000. And 50,000 now even my salary where they pay me for this month. But me I not give option again. No. I go back to bush. Hello.
That is the average life of a Nigerian soldier fighting terrorists in northern Nigeria. Here is another one.
Wait, my people. Life no balance. So Nigerian military, they are suffering. I watched a video, somebody that wanted to go and visit the family. He couldn't even afford transport to go and visit his family in this Nigeria. The salary is 50,000. What can 50,000 buy for a military man in this Nigeria? It's very tempting. And the worst is that they don't even pay the salary in time. Look at as of today, veterans have not received their monthly stipend. Today, 31st, they have not received it. They have not received SDA. SDA is the Security Department allowance. This is the money the military pay so that the retirees, military veterans, wouldn't use the knowledge they have against the society. They have refused to pay this money to veterans in bulk. They say they will split it into 20 installments, or how many installments, or 10 installments. How can you pay people like that? For how much? With the current inflation that is going on in Nigeria, how can they afford to take care of themselves or their family? It's too bad. Veterans are suffering in this Nigeria. And it's like sitting on a keg of gunpowder. These are the people that are protecting the territorial integrity of the nation, and they are not being taken care of. They are hungry. They are being tempted. They can't take care of their family. They can't take care of themselves. Things are getting hard. Dollar is now 1,500. How can they shop? How can they buy things in the market? How can they take care of their family? It's tempters. People that are suffering. They sleep in the bush. Some are in the creeks. Some are in the ocean. Trying to protect our territory, Nigerian territory, and they are not being taken care of. The Ministry of Finance wouldn't release money to pay those military men, retired military men, but very soon you will hear that billions of naira is missing, or snake has swallowed some money. It's too bad in this our country.
Glorify your name to the core, owner of the day, owner of the beginning and the head. I glorify your name, the God, Father of the glory. There is nobody that can share the glory with you. You are beginning of the glory, you are everlasting. No, you are glorify your name to the God.
The call. I know I was about to feel sad for them. I actually feel sad for them. But at the same time, I just remember that despite the fact that the salary of that soldier cannot even take him home, the take-home pay
of a Nigerian soldier fighting Boko Haram cannot take him home. Talk less of doing his responsibility as a family man. So he got to pack, and he realized that it would kind of cost him, with all of this happening now, it would take 70,000 naira to go and come back. I just realized that despite that, if they say that guy should say, for example, if they say, is there any sergeant in the military? Because they said I said a sergeant you have in the soldier, I mean the police, but you do have recruit, or colonel. No, colonel can be like that. What is the smallest title for them? Tell me. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. I'll use another thing. You see that soldier? If they say, soldier, attention, you go see and do, bring out your gun. He will bring out his gun. Turn left. Bah, bah, bah. Left. Now me did there. Where I did there, say, please, okay. Okay, go confess. Okay, go confess. See, I be cousin to Shekau. Now maybe the cousin where them born for Ijebu. Please don't kill me. That soldier there. I say, soldier ready, shoot. He go shoot me. You know, go say, well, you know they pay me well now. Why would I shoot this person? That is just, this one is just like, where did you find them? And it is the same. If they match them from that Maiduguri, and they tell them there is a special op, since your salary is not enough, would you like special op? Yes, sir. Any special? The special op is that there are some of these people who are trying to cause problem. They want to create trouble. Okay? And we want to make sure that we bring everything under control. Shoot aside. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. That same guy will enter their vehicle, load the gun, because they will pay him extra, maybe extra 50,000 with others. That same guy complaining there. And guess what they will say? After killing everybody, they will say, but he's only following order now. He's just doing his job now. That's what they sign up for now. But because Nigeria right now, if don't let any, see, do everything not to become a victim. Oh, sure you get. Especially if you are a policeman, if you are a military man, if you are a politician, or if you are related to them, then if you are now their supporters and all of that, John Tori Olom, may I pray for you. I don't wish you evil. Don't wish you anything bad, though. Just pray. Say, come on, may they not kidnap you. May they not kill people in your village. Oh. It's not guaranteed that your prayer is going to be answered, but just pray. And then you're going to say Nigeria is already broken. You understand? Mercy, sympathy, is rationed now. People know they waste emotion anymore. And that's how damaged Nigeria has become right now. A lot of people are going through different therapy. On my Egun's Diary Political, I give people therapy to heal. Here you get. People that are normal people, they are not civil people. They don't have any bad mind, though. But when they see a soldier kidnapped, they say, Fulani terrorists has kidnapped 3 soldiers and they have killed 11. You will see Nigerians that will be like, why come they are keeping the remaining 3? Why are they delaying? They should not delay, because I don't even understand why they killed 11 and they are keeping the remaining 3. So that's to be like, Abba now, are you not human? Come on, Don't talk like that. And I mean, I see a lot. I mean, these are like normal people in real life. Normal people, some of them are like real good people. But because Nigeria has become so damaged, Nigerians have become so divided. Your prayer is, if you are supporting these roguish criminals in government, just pray, say, make them no kill you or kidnap you. or may your mama no shout a being power on video. Now then you go no say, ah, people will not know you. They don't know you. They may never even meet you in their life. But every day that they wait, say, make calamity for you, so that that can be your own karma. It's very bad, isn't it? Yeah, it is bad. But please pray. Make you not become victim. I pray you won't be kidnapped, especially this year. And if you're a policeman, you know, there was a time that we used to say, you know, apologies to you. Maybe say your mama, your papa, na police, or you are a policeman yourself or a policewoman. But this is me being honest now, okay? As a civilian, bloody civilian, okay? There was a time that we used to, we used to say among ourselves, so we'd be like, Baba, if your palena policeman or your malena policeman, you know, say, oh, normal, you're not supposed better for you. Kini Moshe, what did I do? He said, no, Baba, you didn't do anything. You are fine. You be my person. They ask you, say, you know, say, normal, you're not supposed better for you. Because God knows what your papa did do to somebody's son or somebody's family right now. But you dey here. You dey think say your papa don't go work. Yeah, we used to say that among ourselves, but like, you know, we are grown up now. So sometimes you just don't want to say that again. There are people who are watching me right now who have said that too. They say, if your papa na politician, you know, say, no, you're not supposed better for you. I say, why? I say, no, I'm just asking. Like, do you know that it's not supposed better for you? I say, I go better for me. I say, well, you want it to be better for you, but no man might not supposed better for you because of the damages and ruins and lives that, you know what I mean? So when you see that soldier complaining, and then you also know what they can do, then you have mixed feelings. The first feeling is that normal. If they are not paying these guys, where is the morale to really fight and defend Nigeria? A lot of them joined Nigeria military because there's no job. There's no job in Nigeria. Some of them join policemen. You know, join police so that they can become policemen and women, so that they can have a job. Extort money, just do whatever it is. So when somebody now said that Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder, I was like, I don't think a majority of you know that it is not only that they have compromised the Nigerian military and the rest of them, they've also tried, they have done so well to demoralize them. You know what I mean? And some of them may just be like, you know, they are like, this is just a joke. And if you take them personal, that's your problem. You don't want soldiers that will be like, hey, hands up, hands down. I say, what? What is wrong with you, Sule? We are planning coup. We are taking over. You say, you. My friend, drop your gun. Go there and sit down. Let them give you dinner. Sir, dinner. Yeah. Go sit down, idiot. They are planning coup. You self are planning coup. Sorry, sir. It's our boys from the barracks. They told us that there is a coup and that we should begin to go after. Sorry, I'm so sorry, sir. Just drop your gun. Go there. Where are the others? They are outside, sir. Ask them if they will eat too. Because the level of demoralization, hunger, poverty within the military alone, you have no idea. So when they tell you they are doing something, they are doing a lot, they are giving order, they are giving this or that, they are working hard. And you are sitting down there thinking, oh yeah, they said they are working hard. Let us continue to support our military. 50,000 naira cannot take your soldier home to see his family after 1 year in a supposed job that should be rotated. It was supposed to be there for 3 months. Go elsewhere so that he doesn't come back and have the PTSD of a bomb, gunshot, and the rest of that. That's the plan. But since they have been moving a lot of them to front line, now they won't give them intel. They will actually give them real victory upon victory as trained soldiers, right? Once in a while, it's either they drop bomb on them mistakenly, or they get ambushed by the terrorists that you'll be like, how did they know? How did they know that we are coming? Because somebody inside believes that they're just sending you to your death. So many things to demoralize them behind. And if they say they are fighting, they are working to defend Nigeria, it's part of the lie. Ask the next soldier, ask any soldier in your family to tell you the truth, what it is like. But sometimes they tell themselves, it's not about the money. Shonza, it's about my country. I am ready to lay down my life for my country. Irọ́ ló ń pa o. Irọ́ ni o. I am here to die and lay down my life for my country. To die for Nigeria and all my strength. Irọ́ ni o. Every day, a lot of them are leaving, going away, running away. To the point that the number is dwindling. Ask them. That is the reality. So sometimes they want to that's why when they recruit people now with less training, they send them to the Boko Haram enclave. And they are just there. Or start using them for other things. So probably like instead of quenching terrorism, fueling it elsewhere. So let's everybody have their gun. And yeah, if you enter any community, anyhow, you see anyhow, but it won't fly. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria, they released a memo. But before I get to that, I have been told, right, that after the Ekiti attack, the Amotekun in Ekiti, they arrested 4 people, 4 suspected terrorists who are actually Fulanis. And according to them, they were Usman Jelili, Muhammad Bande, Abubakar Aliu, Isa Abdullahi, Suleiman Abdullahi. And according to them, they said they were just herdsmen. They were not kidnappers. That's what they told. And the missing children were not found with them. But this was the Amotekun combing the nearest forest where all this happened. All right? And they caught 5 of these suspects. Now, I'm not going to call these ones suspects. Okay? Here, where they found, this one is in Enugu. All right? Sorry, in Imo, rather. So in Imo State, where they have been telling you about unknown gunmen, and then a lot of you have also somehow been brainwashed to automatically believe that unknown gunmen is IPOB or ESN. Their propaganda might have worked a lot on you. But yesterday, in this siege of kidnappings here and there and killings in Imo State, where they are the tip-off of as the hideout of kidnappers, okay, they discovered these corpses buried at the spot where the following were arrested. Muazu Awuta, 32 years old, male. You have Abdullahi Abubakar, 32 years old, male. Ozeru Sabo, 25 years old, male. Saddam Suleiman, 27 years old, male. Bashir Yahaya, 28 years old, male. And all of these 5 criminals caught at the spot of those decomposed bodies of their kidnapped victims right there in Imo State. They said they came from Jigawa State. according to them. And these are the bodies recovered just at the spot. In Bayelsa State, people had to take to the streets to again call the attention of Thiefnubu's government to the increasing invasion of increasing activities, terror activities of these invading Fulani terrorists. See, in their words, listen.
There was tension in the Zarama axis of the East-West Road on the 14th of March last year. People from the community had placed the lifeless body of one of their chiefs on a table in protest over herdsmen menace in the forests. 10 months later, they take to the East-West Road again in protest over what they call the destruction of their farmlands by cattle, claiming this time that one of the protesters had been shot.
We don't want fight, we want peace. We put the roadblock. How many people don't come? Some more could come out. Now we say we don't want fire. May they enter the bush, go pursue the Fulani for us. Fulani, they finish our food. Police people come, they carry tear gas for us. They pursue us, now they run, now they begin to carry gun, shoot one woman, carry gun, shoot one for a forehead, area commander, now he shoot. So this morning, we say, no, we can't put the roadblock, so that governor go come help us, send army, enter the forest to pursue the number them.
What to make us come block this road because of this herdsmen. Cassava so we plant, then fish road cassava, even the ones don't reach their best. The herdsmen go put them, can't give them a chop. And once we tell them, say, okay, I broke it, your mama, they go take us smash it like this. Say, madam, you like them? We go run. We want government to come bring these provincial hunters and army to drive all these broken men out of our forest. Then still keep them so that they will stay permanent to secure our forest.
A gridlock forms as a result of the protest as commuters express concern over the incident.
Old women, they vex their crops. What did they make Garri there? So all these kind of things. When the herdsmen they kill their cassava, Garri na 2,000. Let's take government answer them. You supposed to fully own. It not be children everywhere for the whole country. So make each of the governors they answer all these kind of issues so that the Fulani herdsmen may they keep them for where they belong to.
We are demanding that government should come and drive away these herdsmen, these cattle raiders, because they have been eating our crops. Last year, somebody died. The same last year, we fought against them. Our demand is let government come and take these people away. Our crop, if you enter that bush, crop that is reached to harvest cassava, they finish it. If we talk, that is this their threat.
The Bayelsa Police Command is yet.
If you talk, they said, we'll kill you. And that is their own way of, at least, those are poor men and women, no? Village men and women whose livelihood, despite the environmental degradation of that region, where they could barely farm or even, fish. Now, the little space where they are managing to grow their food, that's their life. You get? And it is the same in Delta. It is the same almost everywhere. In Ogun State, this time around, talking about guns, I wanted to share that with you earlier. I was like, okay, I'm going to put it in later. We are still talking about guns in the wrong hands. In Ogun State, police paraded a young man that they said is the most notorious cultist in Ogun State, right? So a few days ago. And the notorious cultist himself spoke as well. So let's start with that of the police.
In the case of armed robbery, on 12th January 2024, at about 08:45 hours, one Kashimawo Emmanuel, male of Taswe Ijebu-Ode, reported at the station that while he was driving in his Toyota Venza car with registration number LSD 813EX, brown in color, that he came across a gang of 4 armed men, and one of them was putting on a police round neck camouflage, while 3 others were muffed. They demanded for his phone, which he calmly declined. In the process, one of them fired a shot into the air, and that was when he complied. They entered into his car and took him away towards Shagamu Expressway. On getting to Ososa, they made a U-turn to Ijebu-Ode, where a sum of 312,000 naira was forcefully transferred from his account to an OP account number 909-782-9766. Upon the receipt of this report, the DPO quickly made a call to the OP account number, where it was discovered that OP account belongs to a POS operator in Ijebu-Ode. The DPO then gave instruction that on no account to the POS operator give out the money transferred to that account to anyone who comes for it. More so, the operator should tactically delay anyone who comes for the money pending his arrival. On getting to the POS shop at Ibadan Garage, one first number 513707, Corporal Idowu Sunday, attached to Ijebu-Ife, was met waiting to cash the money and was promptly arrested. While taking him to the station, he cited his accomplices, namely AP number 341113, Inspector Taiwo Kolawole, and AP number 309292, Inspector John Ogbe, both attached to Ijebu-Ife Division, and one civilian, Adesina Matthew, who happened to be the driver, was also arrested. Exhibits recovered from them include type 06 rifle, one AK-47 rifle, and one Toyota Camry. In the course of investigation, 2 other victims who had earlier or been attacked came forward and identified them to have earlier robbed them of their belongings in the like manner. The 3 policemen have been tried in the room and dismissed. They will be charged to court soonest. Equally recorded a case of arrest of notorious armed robber, kidnapper, serial rapist, suspect.
Everywhere
Did you hear? I mean, were you here last night when a caller, one of our callers said, oh, hang on, it's not one of the callers. In fact, it was Sheun Kuti that said it. He said, every gang of kidnappers, armed robbers that he met in detention when he was locked up, there were policemen in their gang. You know what I mean? Prison warden in their gangs, arrested for being kidnappers. So that's why I actually brought that video there, right? So they arrested this guy and he cited his other 2 accomplices who were policemen in Ijebu-Ode, and they were arrested. So you probably would now understand why the police would never want you to have a licensed gun, because Nigeria police are also the kidnappers. Nigeria policemen enabled kidnapping at a large scale. And if you say it is not all of them, of course, I know it is not all the policemen. I am talking about a system. Do you understand? You see, these policemen who are these criminals, they are not existing outside the police system in Nigeria. They are just the fraction of other larger schemes going on. Do you understand? So it is the systemic rot, systemic failure that produces and enabled people like that who are just in police in order to further cement their criminal activities. Now that same police could do background check for you. Police will not do background check for those they are employing. That they ended up those who are kidnapping Nigerians. It is like giving guns to armed robbers, giving guns to kidnappers, and putting on uniform, putting the uniform on them. I'll tell you, this is the guy, and here is his own confession. He speaks in Yoruba. Somebody will interpret in the comments. I'll come back and summarize for you. Listen to his confession.
Nfẹ́ kó ṣàlàyé ṣókí. Ìgbà tí mo dé ní January 14 yìí. Ló dé padà sí Ìjẹ̀bú. Ní January 14. Ibo ló ti ṣe ọdún? Ilé wa. Ní Èkó Ìgàndò. Ní Ìgàndò l'Ékòó. Ok. Ìgbà tí mo dé ní January 14. Nígbà tí mo ṣílẹ̀kùn ilé, mo wá wọnú ilé. Mo kọ ibi kọ́nà ìgbà máa ń gbé báàgì aṣọ wa tàbá. Ẹ̀mí ò lè ń gbénu ilé yẹn? Àméjì. Kí ló kọ ẹni kejì ẹ yẹn? Caleb. Ọmọ ìlú wo ni? Ọmọ Abẹ́òkúta. Skúù wo ni wọ́n lọ ń Jẹ̀bú? Káíṣúlà. Tásù dàbí. Ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ wo ló wà? Mo ti ṣetán 2021. Ló ti ṣetán? O kàn padà sílé ni? No, mo padà sílé, mo ní extra ayé. Ok. Ìgbà tí mo ṣetán 2021 tó congratulate àwọn tó kù. Tó congratulate tí mo rí pé mo ní extra ayé. Ok. Máa lọ bá mọ́mì mi, mo travel lọlé. Lọ bá mọ́mì gbé à. Hello, mọ́mì mo máa ní extra ayé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ni wá ní kí náà máa ṣe tí ìyẹn báyìí. Máa ní tọ́wá lè bá mi wá owó school. Má sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ṣé kò lọ clear àwọn course tó kù tó kárí àbí? Course mi ò lọ kù tó kárí gbà yẹn. Bóyá mẹ́ta ní first semester, bóyá méjì abẹ́ kan second semester. Ok. Mo wá lọ bá wọn níbi. Ìyẹn náà ṣòkè máa lọ class ní báwo ló yẹ kárí course márùn-ún. A ṣe exam ni. Ok. Láti 100 kan ṣe ti kinní kan from 100 level mo ti kárí. Ok. Mo wá lọ bá wọn wá ní táwọn bá rí owó pé kì í ṣáàṣì kọ̀ wá ń lé dẹ̀ wá ń lé láti ìgbà yẹn tọ́dẹ̀ bá ń rí owó school fees yẹn ní 2022/2023 session. Ló fi lọ padà sí school. Now ìbọn yẹn ó délé ní January 14 tó délé tó dédé bá ìbọn nínú ilé àbí báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀? Ìgbà tí mo dé ní January 14 tí mo ṣílẹ̀kùn tí mo wọlé ibi tẹ́mi fẹ́ gbé báàgì tí mo gbé wá láti ilé táwọn aṣọ mi wà mo fẹ́ gbé síbẹ̀ mo máa rí báàgì méjì ta ló ní báàgì yìí mo kàn ṣí báàgì yẹn bá ń gbà ìbọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ ọ́ wọ́n gbà ìbọn ẹ̀gbọ́n kan dẹ̀ wà ní first room nínú building yẹn tó jẹ́ pé bàtà ló ń ṣe. Kí lórúkọ ẹ̀? Kudus Akọni. Ok. Ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn. Ní Ìjàgùn bẹ̀. Ní Ìjàgùn bẹ̀. Sáìdì bo ní Ìjàgùn ló ti ń ṣe bàtà yẹn? Ní Ìmàwẹ̀jẹ̀ sufficient. Ìmàwẹ̀jẹ̀ sufficient. Ok. Ibẹ̀ ni ilé wa wà. First room yẹn làwọn ń lò fún workshop wọn. Ok. Ẹ̀rọ tó ṣe bàtà. Tí mo ṣe wá rí ìbọn yẹn nínú báàgì yẹn mo wá sáré lọ bá wọn pé nítorí òun nìkan ló wà lé. Ní gbogbo ọdún period gbogbo New Year Christmas yẹn kò travel. Ẹnìyẹn ló wà nílé. Ẹnìyẹn nìkan ló wà nílé. Ok. Ọkàn mi kọ́ lọ síbẹ̀ òun náà ni ó máa lè síbẹ̀ wá ló bá ń gbà ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ gbé ìbọn yín síbẹ̀ ó ní òun gbé síbẹ̀ bóun máa gbé. Ó lóun lòún gbé ìbọn síbẹ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bóun lòún gbé ìbọn síbẹ̀ bọ́n gbóun sì máa gbé má ní ẹ wá gbé kó gbé ọlọ́mọdé arákùnrin bá gbé ẹ wá gbé nǹkan yóò ṣàní òun máa wá gbé Sunday ni on the 14 yẹn Sunday ni mo kún un lé Sunday náà mo dé Jẹ̀bú yẹn ìjọ Monday torí pé ó ti congratulate mi ní exam tí mo fail tí mo wá tún ṣe ó ti congratulate mi December tí mo lọ lé yẹn mo lọ bá àwọn òbí mi náà gbọ́ ti congratulate mi
ó wá send 250,000 fún mi pé kí lọ fi ṣe clearance mi.
Ní àwọn parents ẹ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Monday yẹn lèmi gbà tó di bí kan bí 8 níjọ́ Monday yẹn mo lọ ní school láti lọ san àwọn owó yẹn pé èṣù lówó lè máa tì mí kí n máa ná sí pé kí n lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kíní.
Fìyẹ́lẹ̀ nígbà tí wàá rí ìbọn tó ló bá ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn kí ló wá sọ fún un.
ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ní àwọn máa gbà ẹ̀yà ìwà àgbéjọ́ lẹ́fẹ̀ẹ́ wá gbé wọ́n ní màṣá wá gbé màá gbé nǹkan tó sùn fún.
Láti ọ̀dẹ̀ 14 yẹn àbí. Now láti ọ̀dẹ̀ 14 yẹn ìbọn yẹn olùjọ́ mélòó nù yàrá ẹ̀.
Bóyá 13 days.
Ní ìbọn yẹn lò nù yàrá ẹ̀ tó ń sùn tó ń jí pẹ̀lú ìbọn méje nínú ilé. Ó sùn jí pẹ̀lú ìbọn méje nínú ilé ó dẹ̀ lé òmò kankan nípa ìbọn tó ń fi ìbọn yìí ṣe. Ta ló rìpọ́ọ̀tù fún? Ta ló sọ fún? Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́jọ́ ń gbélé ṣó mọ̀ pé ìbọn wà nílé. Òun náà tí ì wálé ni. Kò tí ì rí zoom dé sí. But ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ṣe ní kàyéfì díẹ̀ tí ìwọ ò bá mọ̀ tó ń fi ìbọn ṣe tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ kó ń pa ìbọn méje nínú ilé tó dẹ̀ gbénú ilé pẹ̀lú ìbọn 7 rifles pump action wà ń bẹ̀ cut size wà ń bẹ̀ formica wà ń bẹ̀ bàrẹ́kà àbí òun náà wà ń bẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ ló mọ̀ tó fi ń ṣe fún good 13 days kí ló fẹ́ kí ìjọba ṣe fún ẹ báyìí.
Ìjọba jọ ẹni ẹ̀tọ́ lè bá mi rí kùdùsì yẹn torí òun nìkan ló lè yọ mí kú nínú.
Ó dẹ̀ ṣọ́ọ̀pù ìṣẹ́gbẹ́ kòkò ṣọ́ọ̀pù ṣe adigunjalè ó dẹ̀ kí n ṣajínigbé. Orúkọ ẹlẹ́kan sí.
Nuisance lélẹ́yìí.
That is Ibrahim Abdulaziz paraded as the kingpin of kidnapping ring in Ijebu area. So the young man said he went back home after having carryovers from his 100 level. He was supposed to graduate, but he had to go back to school to sit an extra year because his mom encouraged him to go back. And while he came back to come and receipt those carryovers, all right, he said there were 2 in the room, which means he had a roommate. And there's also another Egma Adubo who has a shop or room next to his, shop rather. He used the place as his workshop. That's what he said. So he said when he came back from Lagos, from his mom, back to his base in Ijebu, he met a bag of guns. And he went out straight to go and speak to that Egbo, Kudus. Sir Kudus, are you the owner of the bag in our room or in my room? And according to him, he said, Sir Kudus said, yes, I'm the owner. I will come and take the bag. Okay, don't worry, I'll come and get the bag. Now, 13 days after that, he was sleeping in the same room with all the guns. But that's not what the police said. As you heard that before, right? Okay. Me touching all the base where every act of terror happening and where they have managed to at least bring and present those they want to present as the suspects. I will leave you with the rest. But 100% inside me said that young man was lying. He might not be directly involved in the kidnappings and all of that. But from my own, experience, and when I say experience, I'm talking about cases like this, where criminals were caught, and there's another person who is their armorer. The armorer is the person that keeps all the weapons used by a gang for an operation. Do you get that? So he's involved. So are many, many young people across Nigeria right now that have been drafted into all this kind of a crime. But this one in the Ijebu area, I'll leave it at that. Let's go to Benue. Okay.
Now, in Benue, the people of a community called Ugboju or Ugboju community in Benue State, that is the middle belt part of Nigeria, they witnessed a surprise terrorist attack from the Fulani terrorists last night. I don't know if you have heard about it. I don't know if the reaction is now proportional or like, you know what I mean? Just like others that have been happening. Because you know what they did? Like a kitty. They killed 15 people last night and kidnapped specifically unknown numbers of children. Unknown number of children. Right now, I don't know if it's currently in the front pages of their newspaper right there as part of the list of those. You know, I told you there are those who are going to possibly watch my video tonight and tomorrow they were going to be a victim of something in Nigeria. It is every day that lives are being killed and taken like that. It's just everyone waiting for his own turn, sitting duck and waiting if it's going to happen to me or not. If blood of this or blood of that, or my faith on this or that will protect me enough or long enough, or you still wear that fear, waiting for, is it going to be me? Since the terrorists are no longer just waiting on the road to kidnap people, they come straight into your communities, they come straight into your homes. And then people have to react and talk about that. You know? Unfortunately, the criminals in government are kind of shying away from their own responsibility that, you know, they've always been like, never want to be responsible. Okay? So to them, some people are happy that Nigerians are being killed. How can anybody be happy? Calling you out on your failure, asking you to do your job, and then you are gaslighting the people, especially the survivors of this terrorism that you unleash on us. A lot of people didn't ask for this. I can bet that. Like, a lot of people didn't ask for this. But it is happening, and everybody's kind of currently caught inside it. And it is a matter of because from Emilokon, things have now gone to the point of Enitokan Lumo, Enitoba Lumo. So talking about it, and no matter how uncomfortable you feel like, none of this should, for no reason, stop you from doing your job, and that is protecting lives and properties. 15 people were killed in Agatu, Ugboju community in Agatu local government area of Benue State yesterday. How do you feel? See, a lot of you just said and just like, man, you can continue. 15 people got killed in Ugboju community in Agatu local government area of Benue State. Mayegun, we have heard. Continue. Go to other things. Is that not what Nigeria has done to all of you? Because you could easily just go and listen to the next thing. There is too much pain. There's too much hardship to actually deal with every day. So, Mayegun, you don't need to remind us. I need to remind you. Because if nothing is done, that may be you. Yeah, that could be you next time. It could be me. It could be those I love. It could be those you love. If we all of us feel like, 15, okay, 15 people. Mayegun, continue. Please continue. Because that's exactly what they have done to us. Psychologically, we hear it all the time until we hear another one, until another one happen again. Then what do you want us to do? Just sit back and sit duck and wait to get killed too. If you actually still think, I have to tell you what to do to stay alive. Yeah? Anyway, the abracadabra of the Thiefnubu nomics is moving again. They are started moving mad again. How many of you remember when I told you that the rate at which I have told you, all of us on this platform, especially those who have been here every now and then, right? We all know why Nigeria Naira is falling, why the Naira is crashing. That the criminals who are borrowing money, to try and use dollars, borrowed dollars, to cushion the effect of a dollar subsidy, with the hope that that will reduce pressure on dollars. And if the demand is not that much, and they could easily fill in the gap of supply, that will reduce stress on Naira. It won't fall further. And I have told you many times on this platform, do not listen to all these economic jargons that they are saying, because what they are doing is different from what they are saying. I said, if they take dollars here, dollars there, and they put it into the pocket of their friends, the ones that have access to those dollars, not you and me, mostly not the real businessmen that actually want to use the dollar for their own business that indeed helps Nigeria economy, which is import dependent, right? So I said, what will happen when they finish the dollars that they are using to subsidize? What will happen to Naira? Would they leave it to continue to fall off the cliff again until they see another tranche of dollars? So last night, the agbadification abi commodification abi conification of the economy. Commodification, no, commodification about agbadification. Cardoso came up with another policies yesterday. Before yesterday, some of these Lagos Abobaku Soshogbu Alimajiris, all these Egbeda economists, Surulere accountancy, they were telling Thiefnubu and Cardoso to save the Naira. Cardoso must confiscate people's dollars in their domiciliary accounts. Cardoso must ensure that everybody keeping dollars in their domiciliary account either bring them out now so that they can have enough dollars in circulation, I mean, temporarily like that, because they cannot get all these tranches of dollars from anywhere. The crude oil sales has fallen beyond what they are telling you. That is, most of the oil prospects, money they were supposed to make from the crude oil sales, they've collected the money, they've borrowed against it. Most of them are not coming back to them in dollars anymore. So, Cardoso and his gang, they have brought out another Thiefnubu-nomics, another voodoo economy. And guess what? They done the gaslight us already. And you know me, I will take my time to make you understand all the jargons they put inside here and all the reactions that has been following it. Dollar is crashing now. Naira is gaining strength now. Naira is it's now 1,300. It's now 1,100. It's going to go down to 600. And all of those delulu inside here. Have you seen this, yes, okay. Now, make I go explain to you what that fraud means. Temporary delulu. 2 days ago, they said they were giving $500 million to the investors whose money is trapped in Nigeria. $10 billion out of $10 billion, which is one of the reasons why a lot of businesses are leaving Nigeria. Others are not really coming because there is no assurance that if they bring in their money and they invest in Nigeria, and by the time they want to recoup their profits, they will be allowed to take their profit in forex as agreed. So all of these reasons, that's why you are not seeing any major investor coming in or anything at all. And that is why the hardship you are witnessing right now, now the beginning of the Shege Bansa. So all of this they are doing right now is to give you another false hope. And by the time you are going to land the baga from this fraud of Naira crashing, Naira gaining power. Wallahi talai. Surely Venezuela, you go enter them without visa. But let me explain it to you, because before you gaslight me, why are you not happy? You want me to be happy for what is actually going to kill you more? Because you love temporary, Okay, make I explain because of my time. My time is almost out anyway. The jargons they wrote inside that release from Cardoso Thiefnubu is that all of the banks in Nigeria, they must bring out all the dollars in their custody. This is not the dollars they gave them. But in the past, when they announced that they are giving dollars to those banks will now take the chunk of the dollar and they will give them to the black market, the bureau de change. But that is just a fraction. When I say I mean, this is just like when CBN says, we are giving you $100 million. So you have to tell us those and those you gave that money to, because we are going to send them your way. But you are a bank now. Are you only dealing in dollars? Are you saying there are are you only dealing in Naira? What about the dollars and all of that from there? We need to know the amount of dollar that passed your hand. And before you give them to anybody. Sure you get. Now, this is not there. So this is not the ones the economy producer and gave to. This is like to them, like, these are the people who are doing speculation. So this morning, last night, they said, you see those bureau de change. You call them bureau de change, Abi BDC, Sabi. Inside the head of these Pangolo people, they call them speculators, fancy name. They said they were those, who were always speculating. Dollar is going to go up. Dollar is going to scarce. They are the ones who owe them, because Nigeria Central Bank no longer have the capacity to actually have any dollars in any sort of a large quantity to fund the Nigeria required demand. They've lost control of that because Nigerian source of dollar is no longer coming straight to Nigeria. It's going to the private pocket of these rogues. Do you understand that now? So they now want to control what they don't own. So this morning, those BDCs, they now shut down in Abuja. And somehow, they heard that central bank is sending security after them because they are being blamed for the crashed Naira. Not because they are borrowing, devaluing the Naira. Every now and then, Nigeria have no enough forex. The foreign reserve of Nigeria is empty. So Nigeria's financial outlook is negative. Sure you get? Let us blame somebody for it. Just like Emefiole did. Emefiole blamed Aboki Forex. That he is a speculator. He is the one that is always predicting higher exchange rate for Naira. APC, Egbekegbe, they supported Emefiole to go after Aboki Forex on social media. At some point, Emefiole said the reason why Naira was falling was because Bureau de Change in Abuja, they had a place under the trees in Abuja selling dollars, and they must be stopped. Emefiole now brought in, the lumberjacks to cut down tens or hundreds of trees in Abuja to dissuade Bureau de Change dealers from camping there and selling dollars. And APC, Egbekegbe criminals, the Buhari idiots, they defended and supported the Emefiole. Just like today, Cardoso said, everyone with dollar, bring it out and sell it so that we can help Naira. These are the same guys who borrowed $3.3 billion with $12 billion crude oil as collateral. Here you get. all that money just to be given to their friends that are the oil marketers. So Cardoso, having announced that, surprisingly, the Naira that is gaining strength today, ladies and gentlemen, Baba, Ishantati caught you against other currencies. In fact, APC, Egbekegbe, like the military, the fire brigade approach, Nigeria printed $50 billion worth of Naira, 27 trillion Naira, and they shared the money. The hyperinflation in the economy, low production or low productivity, these are the factors that they haven't really invested in. These are the factors that continue to mitigate against any strength that Naira may have. So, breaking news. Naira has gained strength, and it is now 1,300 to a dollar from 1,580. How many of you remember when I said this Naira go enter 2,000? Then when they manage to get slush money, abracadabra money, maybe blood money too, and a temporary fix, and then let's say the dollar now comes down to, I even jokingly said, let's say the dollar now come down to 800 Naira. APC, Yegbekegbe the Thiefnubu, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbu Alimanjiris. They will say you should be patriotic, as if to say these criminals did not meet the same Naira to dollar at 155 Naira official, 190 Naira black market. They will tell you to praise God. Why don't you wish Nigeria well? But these are the questions you should ask yourself if you are not a Ronu Nazi or a Ponu voluntary slave. If because dollar rise and Naira fell, that is why everything became so expensive. How come dollar go down, but the price of everything stays the same? Then few days after, you are feeling like maybe things will come down. Afigbaga again. And you begin to say, please, Naira, come on, you can do it. Naira, I believe in you. Stand up against the dollar. Come on, please, don't disappoint me. Please stand up until you get to a stage and you say, law. The psychological way that the APC Egbekegbe have succeeded in making some of you feel comfortable in poverty and other limitations. Some said it should be studied, and I'm like, no, really? We've done the studying, and we realized that they intentionally created a place called the poverty capital of the world, populated by Nigerians that have been defeated. And what other control do you need? When you control the mind and the head of those who have already sublet or sort of given up their thinking for those they believe can think for them, even if their thinking will continue to kill them. It's unfortunate, though. Sometimes we just have to say it, because how do you describe this? This country, This is the Burundi change in Abuja today. Look at them. Like a military junta. They were going after the BDC that did not follow the directive. And they were there to open because of Naira. Everybody bring out your dollar. Come and sell your dollar so that you can make Naira great too. And they believe that's an economic genius. And that's going to resolve it. No, it won't. But here.
We will love this car. We will love this car. No market today, no buying, no selling. No parking today. No parking. Mu an hana mu kasuwa kai zaka zo kai kasuwa ne da wa ka bar shi ya fita kawai da ji magana da kuke da shi ba excuse me uncle don't go see go out see go back go back you don't know my cat I did anything for you I my back anything for you see drive back come on my gida ina ganin mutunci ina ganin ai kai ne abin da ka ga mishi ne ba ne fita oya ba ni na ga mishi wallahi bai kamata ka ga to ku shiru mana Allah kuma shiru ni na ji abin da ka faɗa wallahi tallahi ba ka ji to Allah kuma shiru ba ka kai na kai ma shiru Allah wallahi ne ma ina jin kunya ba baki
Our market. The central bank says we are the problem. So we are not selling. We are not buying. We are not doing anything today. So we're just going to wait. The Agbado mighty, the Agbadoriansi. Àwọn ẹgbẹ́dá accountancy. You know, they are saying that if Thiefnubu want to save the Naira, it should cancel all the Bureau de change. Anybody should go to, I kind of will say yes, so yeah, do that too. I won't weary. Solution here. It's true. You know, one weary will say it, suit and tie. You go to saying get sense. I have an advice for President Thiefnubu. If President Thiefnubu want to save the Naira, I know what he can do. President Thiefnubu must close down all the BDC, all the Bureau de change in Nigeria. And you will see how Naira will rise. And we're better economists. Now, so you go see other mumus. My brother, God bless you. God bless you for this message. I just hope the right people will read your message. Me too, I think they should close all the BDCs. And they should make sure all the bank are... You know, the running and buying and selling of dollars in Nigeria is for those who controls the supply. Nigeria criminals over the years until they run out themselves. Sure you get. And they lost control. In 8 years of APC, Egbekegbe under Bokohari, they were doing round tripping. They were exchanging the dollars in Nigeria inside the central bank. They were exchanging them for as little as 21 naira to a dollar. When a lot of you were buying the dollar for 300 naira to a dollar, 400 naira to a dollar, there were people that they were giving millions and millions of dollars to, who were buying them at the rate of 20 naira, 21 naira per dollar. So all these dollars moved into the hands of all these rogues. That's how Nigerian Central Bank lost control of the dollar supply. And the single place where they were getting all the dollar regularly, before APC, Egbekegbe, 50,000, 55,000 of 55,000 barrels of crude oil were being stolen in Nigeria before APC, Egbekegbe. Immediately after 2015, the stealing of Nigeria crude oil skyrocketed to over 700,000 barrels a day. That is 700,000 barrels of crude oil money that never came back to the ports of Nigeria anymore. For years, every day. So they ran out, they started borrowing. And today, after 8 years, Nigerians are sorrowing. So Emefiele blamed everybody. He even blamed us. He said we don't send money through conventional blah, blah, blah. We are the people that are not helping the Naira. 8 years, electricity, 0. Infrastructure, 0. Security, 0. At the end of the day, production, almost 0. 8 years that they destroyed Nigeria, Emefiole blamed those who are selling dollars under trees, those who are selling dollars online. Emefiole blamed us in diaspora. They said all of us in diaspora, if we are patriotic to Nigeria, we should be sending our money through central bank. So central bank can use the printed worthless Naira and give that to our people. But you see all the dollars, the 30 billion, 36 billion annual remittance to Nigeria, Emefiole did everything. APC, Egbekegbe did everything. They even created an app. They called it Naira, so that all of us can begin to send money to them. It doesn't matter if Nigeria is losing, send money, we'll give you extra money in Naira. Honestly, they were giving us money to send money to Nigeria. Instead of you paying commission to them for sending money, they were promising us Naira, worthless Naira. That didn't work. Emefiole did everything to get supply of dollars from everywhere. But because when they were getting all the dollars, they were laundering the money through Dangote refinery, through many other means. The money is not being left in Nigeria. As the money was coming in, it was leaving Nigeria. So Central Bank of Nigeria has no control over the supply of dollars. And they were supposed to be the monetary policy of Nigeria. Central Bank of Nigeria should be the highest deposit of dollars. But it is empty. You see all these things they are doing. They are trying a Emefiole's policy. They are giving them different names. And it is not because I don't wish Nigeria well. It is because these criminals don't wish you well. And if they can give you something that you can actually say, yeah, you are not thinking straight. If dollar is coming down, how come it's if Naira is gaining strength against, how come it's not gaining strength against pound sterling? By tomorrow morning, pound sterling may turn to 2,000 Naira to 1 pound. As at this evening, it is 1,930 something pounds, Naira to 1 pound. That is what you call voodoo economy. They don't reflect on the real economy. They were voodoo. Bogus, shakabula, something for you to feed on and feast on. And then they hire people to begin to speak English on TV. A week or two later, 1 month after, you are back to square zero and you begin to look at yourself. What happened again? I thought that we have already floated the Naira. I thought this new policy is working. Who else should we blame again? How come the Naira is losing value again? It's losing value because voodoo economy will not save Naira. These guys are still borrowing. They are with IMF now. They are with a World Bank. All the policies of Thiefnubu that have improved very few. World Bank says they are good. IMF says they are good. Have you read about them? So if Cardoso says, sell your dollar or you are going to be criminalized, what are you going to do with me? You're going to freeze my account? You're going to seize my dollar in my bank account? What are you actually going to do? And how do you think that's going to work? Agatu thinking. They will think you are the enemy. But when you tell them to think deeper, Papa, in a month's time, when there is nobody to try to threaten and get their dollars, who are you going to blame again? Who? It's not about being wishes. So, and let us just pray for our country. We know that no matter how hard, how tough it is, it's unfortunate. A lot of you are very much like voluntary slaves. And that's something that... because I remember when we did the research on what was Buhari titis. So Buhari titis was diagnosed as a mental disorder, okay, that has kept that has left scientists in shock. A lot of them have, they said it's like, Buhari titis. These are people that they said, even if Fulani terrorists to Boko Haram kill their family, anything. As long as Bokohari is still the president and he still the pepper some people for them, they are very comfortable with it.
Àrùn ọpọlọ ni now. Because I'm pè ní Yorùbá ni àrùn ọpọlọ ni. Boko wa yàtọ̀ sí, you know, like if you have mental disorder, sure you get, they are of different you know, sort of a species of mental disorder. And I have actually met people who have, you know, who have mental health problems and they've received help. They act normal. They are like normal people. But Buhari titis, it be like virus where they eat brain. And that is why they said, if you open the head of a Buhari Din or a Buhari Didiri, a Buhari Dinotu, Buhari Dijatu, even if you meet a Buhari Shuku that speaks English, Ngozi Harris that went to Harvard, Nneka Hari that graduated from Oxford, listen to me. As long as he's a Buharisti, suffering from Buhari TTC, Toba la brain, you want to buy your coins, if you open their, see, you don't even need to open their brain because sometimes you have to open, if you open their score, rather, if you open their score and you shout, oh, it will echo. The virus that is the brain and mind of any self-professed Buhari idiot. They are suffering from a mental disorder called Buhari TTC. We are in lab again researching what should we call those who are the bastards, the bat idiot, the gullible mofos, the dabi moshedas. Our scientists are back in the lab again. Once we are able to capture 1, 2, 3 of them, male, female, old, young, sure you get, and they take all they have to take from them, we will be able to understand what virus is hitting their brains. But some said the remnants of the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, some of them graduated into this Jagabanditi, Jaga-aditi, some said Jagapupu. Some of you know they collect anything. I mean, you know they forget anything. Jagapampasi, Ashiwaju Awole. They said they kind of inherited some of the Buhari idiots. I was like, man, my words gone here. What I'm trying to say is that if it sounded like offensive to you, it's because I wanted you to get offended. Like literally, I wanted to be angry. You know, by the time you begin to comment now, everybody will know those I'm talking to. Look at everyone laughing. Because they know I'm not talking about them. Those who can laugh and be like, hey, man, instead of you hating an Agbadorian, instead of you getting mad and angry with a bad start, listen to me. Sometimes you might just have to pity them. I'm not joking. Country hard. Today at Oniko in Lagos, we still saw some women who are ready to collect, even if Nagari 80 naira cup or the Congo of 2,400 naira, they will still have something to eat this evening and tomorrow, and all they have to do is to sing and dance. Ask them tomorrow to go and vote for. Oh yeah, let us go and vote. They will do it again. And that is why emotion is scarce in seeing you. Any small thing you don't do. Oh my God, I'm so emotional. I know that you supported Thiefnubu. But you know, I'm human. I'm human. Say, really? Really? Oh. And now I don't like all of this thing happening to all these people. There are people that are already gearing to them. Every man to his own tent. To your tent, oh ye Israel. Emotion is scarce, gone. If they bring out another box and so if you think say you made mistake, that time, shouting, look on, oh, do it again. Maybe you know go do it again, Baba. If they feel allow them to use two thumbs and then 2 toes, making it 4, they will do it again.
all of you that will think some of them probably have they felt bad on how they attack non-Yorubas, and those they believe that they did not look like Yoruba enough. The Yorubas, they said, did not look like Yoruba enough. All those things that are on record that's making a lot of you angry, and some of you who kind of thought they were doing it to protect Yoruba and all of that, and you are angry today, like all of us, they angry. Sure, you get, and you too, you are showing anger and all of that. Tomorrow, Tobani Kotuwa Toshe again, they will do the same bigotry. They will use the same ethnic bigot. You know, don't deceive yourself. They will still attack you that you look like Igbo. They will do it again for the same call. How did I know that? Nigeria know they affect these ones. Last now 2000 naira. Sure, you get. They will do it again. They were there in Onikon today in Lagos. Lau erebe lau ayele lau. Now your mama and your auntie they out there. I know not you, but I shall know what I'm saying. As for young people, despite all this thing that everybody is complaining, this is a Milo thing, Baba, you need to do something. Oh, you know you're gonna go, Baba. Because of Maka from APC, right there, in the mega city, Lagos mega city. Nigeria yìí ti gbogbo wa ni kò má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Do you see why they said emotion no dey? If you get emotion for reserve, no waste time. And I just feel sorry for our people. I just, Baba, not the waste your emotion. Not be everybody you go they feel sorry for. If you won't give any emotion, if you want to, sure you get be very careful. Because the people you think you are giving emotion for, they don't give a shit about how you feel. They are enablers that are proud until those of you who are thinking others will have to do this for us, until you begin to stand up yourself, and we outnumber those miscreants, young and old. Okay? They will do it again and again and again, even if they are dying in poverty, in lack, and all of that. They will do it again and again and again. Now you get something to lose. Those who are not getting anything to lose anymore. They've taken everything from them. Everything. Trust me.
àsìkò tí gbogbo yín ó rù láwa yìí àsìkò tí gbogbo yín ó rù láwa yìí.
àsìkò tí everybody máa rù láwa yìí. So when the PC tell you something, I promise you, believe them. But I pray for you, that you shouldn't be the victims that will realize it later. Like, come on, they just kidnapped my sister. They just kidnapped my, because that's exactly the story every day. Have you not noticed? Have I ever come here without having any fresh one? They said, stop talking about it, because just like they say, there is an Igbo proverb. I think there is an Igbo proverb that says that when you are carrying the dead bodies of other people, it's going to be like you are carrying log of wood and all of that stuff. But when you carry the dead body of your own loved ones, it will become so heavier. Not only in weight in your hand as you kind of feel, in your heart. Do you understand that? That is when you now feel like, oh, this one don't hit home. This one hit close to home. So in this new month, to all of you in the temple of truth, I can only pray for you. And after giving you the security tips and updates and all of that, and let you do whatever you like with those information. Because at the end of the day, we are all in danger until we do something. And when I say do something, I mean until we all have the number to stop these criminals. We do have the number. Now the coordination, no day. But with every awareness that people should know which of the dangers is actually close by, the violent one or the economic one, they are all aimed against you. And if you are the type praying, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper in the name of Jesus, right? No weapon fashioned against me shall prosper because I know Jesus. No weapon. Nigeria is the weapon fashioned against you. Even if you have no idea of different weapons that Jesus has been able to ward off for you, pay attention to this one. Sometimes it comes in an economic way which nobody escapes. Sometimes it comes in a violent way, which is that of terrorism. Other ways it comes to attack your health when the healthcare system is completely almost gone. A lot of ways to make you understand that even when you are running away from those who are trying to harm you, running to the criminal police or the military is mostly not even a good idea, because they too are more or less like the weapons fashioned against you. You see, this life is rigged against us. A lot of us have been doing everything to match, to catch up and even surpass whatever the world set before us. We have broken barriers and all of that, mostly out of Nigeria. And you know what I mean? So we have that freedom that if one of these days, anytime soon, we realize the danger we are in and utilizes the number we have, the mobilization and organizational skills for this kind of important liberation, I hope you will be there. I hope. Because I can only pray for you that if you identify the weapons fashioned against you, I mean, if you can't see all the spiritual weapons and all that fashioned against you that you can't even explain, now that you have an idea of the one that is physical. In fact, this is the one that you can even explain very well. And when you see others who are doing their best to stop them, the ideal thing is to join them. Don't join the criminals that usually say, you know you can't beat us. You know there's nothing any of you can do. You know you can only make noise and noise and noise and all that. If them born you well, try this, try that, we'll deal with you. And because you can't beat them,
And they said, listen, if if you can't beat them, join them. Oh. As a Templar in the Temple of Truth, where Mayegun General is your GO, your MOG, right? I will continue to remind you, do not join them because you can't beat them. The only reason why you can't beat them or you will never be able to beat them is because these are a bunch of collective criminals across Nigeria, across ethnic line, across tribal line, religious line, and all of that. It is a conglomeration. That's why it is called a system. You cannot defeat them alone. If you are for Biafra, you can't defeat them alone. If you are for Yoruba nation, you can't defeat this hegemony alone. If yours is revolution now and then, you cannot defeat this hegemony alone. And if yours is this patriotic, strong-minded, obedient, who believes that Nigeria could possibly still work, you cannot do it alone. And that is why they will keep defeating us when we attempt to fight them alone. And please don't join them. Please don't. Instead of joining them, how about all of us team up together? And join hands and beat them silly. That's possible. They said, don't join them because you can't beat them. Look for others like you. Join together and you will have this strong arm than you can even imagine. You have this strong voice than you can even be able to explain, more than you can explain. And there is power in number, especially if they have something in common. And do you know what we all have in common? Whether you want true federalism in Nigeria, whether you want restructuring, whether you want a confederation, whether you want everybody to break into 6 nations, everything that you want, the only people against everything that you want, that you believe can really work in the interest of millions of Nigerians that are trapped in that contraption today, every single of them is supposed to, they oppose every single of them, this hegemony, this establishment, and they are united in their rejection of all that could work, because this current one is working for them. And if it's not working for the rest of you, just deal with it or go and look for another country. So instead of fighting them alone, how about we team up together and beat them? That's the only thing we haven't tried. You will be surprised that when the system is beaten hands down, you will get everything that you always wanted. You want a revolution now for what? You'll be able to get that. You want a Biafra, that you are going to team up with the Hausas, the Arewas that are also tired and done, that you are going to have to sit together with the Middle Beltons that you have history with and you felt like you can never sit with them. All the Yorubas, all the Igbos, and everyone from everywhere, that somehow you felt like we cannot sit together again. We cannot blah, 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 blah. You will need to sit with them. And sitting with them doesn't mean that you are jettisoning your own glorious agenda or belief. Because I kind of have to believe that, when the rogues that have united to do this to us, without discrimination among themselves, sharing our common patrimony, and calling our bluff to go to places, what are you going to do? If we are done with them, now we can actually talk like reasonable people, and we can go our separate ways in a way that there will be no resistance from anybody. I can assure you of that. But it's kind of a long one that a lot of people feel like, nah, we have to fight it alone. Just think about it. Okay? Don't join them because you can't beat them. Don't fight them alone for them to decimate and weaken you. Divided that we are is what has been giving them the strength to feel like they are invincible. They are not. They are not. And I hope that we all have that courage at some point. And we all have the, the intelligence from above that will make you see through my messages. And act on them. And when that time comes, I'll be here. My good general. So I was going to take calls, and I know a lot of you want to probably call in. Okay? But I'm going to leave you with what I just said now. Go and ruminate on that. Tomorrow you will tell me how you feel. And we can have our People's Parliament tomorrow as well. So yeah, go get ready for People's Parliament tomorrow. Should Nigerians push to legalize guns for everyone? Don't forget. And what is your own perspective? What would be your own thought on this and all that? And everything else I've said. We will have the People's Parliament tomorrow, I promise. So thank you so much for spending your evening with me again. I will see you some other time. Remember, like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel, and you will never miss a thing. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Mayegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary na him be number one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.